This is a 4-pack of BJY branded fire extinguishers. And they say, hey, this is for initial fire, putting it out, a small fire, definitely call 911 if you can't put it out. It says non-toxic, non-irritating, non-polluting. It's a water-based fire extinguisher, but I believe it's some type of water-based foam. It has a nitrogen gas, that's the gas that propels it out there. So this is made in China. It has a UL mark and a CCC mark, but I don't see any of the other typical certifications or markings you'd find on a fire extinguisher. It says it's applicable for A, B, C, and K. So we have, flammable liquids, papers and things, electrical fires, and then cooking oil and grease fires. Now, I know you're never supposed to put water on a cooking oil or grease fire, and these are water-based fire extinguishers, so we're going to have to test this with an oil fire to make sure that the foaming agent works well in that situation. Now, I was sent this to review for free. If you wanted to purchase this 4-pack would cost you $50, so each of these cans would be about $12.50. They haven't paid me for my review, and my opinions remain my own. Alright, so in the box you have a little divider and the 4 cans, along with a little piece of paper here about the fire extinguishers. So you also get this little piece of paper about the fire extinguishers. And it says that the spray time is more than 5 seconds, and the spray safety distance is more than 2 meters or 6.6 feet. So on the bottom of one of these cans, it has a sticker that says Test Pass, manufacture date June 6, 2024, expiration date June 5th, 2028. So it looks like it has about a 4-year shelf life. It looks like basically a aerosol can. And each of the cans have the instructions on it as well. So there's no ring or pull tab or any safety feature other than the plastic cap that would keep that thing from accidentally discharging. So on the plus side, it's really fast to activate and use. So each of these individual fire extinguishers weighs just about 25 ounces, 24.6 ounces. Measurement-wise, the diameter here is about just slightly over 2.5 inches, and the height with the lid is about 10.5 inches. Alright, so this is going to be our grease fire. Alright, took a few pieces of wadded up paper to get things going, but I think the oil itself is somewhat burning, at least on the left side of the pan there. Alright, go for it. Okay, you can probably get closer. Okay, let go. Stop. Doesn't look like so much of foam as just water.
It does say water-based.
So it really just looks like it's spraying water at this thing. There's certainly no mess to clean up. Alright, let's look at range here. So it's a spray, 6 feet, it smells a little soapy. I think it has a little bit of soap inside there to make bubbles, maybe to break up. So it's still spraying, not super far, and there we're done. So this guy wasn't really impressive. It did extinguish the fire. It did shoot about 6 feet, and it definitely shot for more than 5 seconds. It really looked like it was just spraying water out. The water smelled soapy. It might have some type of surfactant or a detergent in it to maybe break apart grease, or maybe it's supposed to foam. Some of the videos I've seen of this show it foaming. It did not at all foam for me. The fire I had was mostly paper that was dipped in cooking oil, and so it wasn't like a true oil fire where the entire pan of oil has reached its flash point and just goes woof all at once. I'm not convinced this little can would help in that type of a situation. Now, I could see this being useful if you are doing something like with a grinder and a little fire pops up, or a welder or a soldering iron. Maybe kids are playing with fireworks and a little bit of grass starts lighting on fire. Little small fires where you could just stomp them out, but maybe give the kids this guy to go spray it out instead. I would definitely not feel comfortable with this being my only fire extinguisher. I want a dry chemical fire extinguisher. So maybe you hit the fire with this guy. If it doesn't knock it out, then you unleash the messy stuff. One big benefit is the cleanup was easy. It was basically just water. So this is useful in a situation where you don't quite have a big enough fire to justify deploying a dry chemical fire extinguisher with all the cleanup that entails. I didn't really see a lot of foam, so nothing in the instructions or on the can say to shake before use, but I'm going to try shaking up another one and spraying it around to see what it looks like after you've shaken it up. Obviously, remembering to shake up your can before putting out the fire might not be the best way to use your time in a fire situation, but I'm just going to explore with the second can. So I've been shaking this guy up. It doesn't really make any noise or rattle when you're shaking it. Doesn't appear to be much gas in there. So it's not like feeling like I'm shaking stuff up. My hope here is I'm getting some of the soap or surfactant or whatever kind of mixed up throughout the water to maybe make it foam better. Alright, a full can. It's been shaken up. Let's see what this guy does. So it is making a fine spray. It's really hard to see in the video here, but it's basically making a fine misty spray. And then it's going down. It's stopping or slowing down significantly. And it's still spraying out there, just not super strong anymore. So you can see this wet spot of pavement here is kind of where it sprayed. So I'd say, yeah, it got 6 feet, not much farther than 6 feet, but it got up to 6 feet. It's still spraying, it's just going slowly. Now I can definitely shake it up at this point. I'm going to hit the spray again. The shaking didn't really make it go faster or more. I'm not seeing any foam whatsoever. It looks like it's basically just water. So big benefit here is cleanup. There's just a little bit of kind of bubbling going on there. So now I'm getting a smell like lemon maybe, or detergent. So I'm getting more of a soapy foam smell, but it's basically a water sprayer. So you're spraying water. It's not spraying very much now, but it's definitely spraying water still. So I don't feel like there's any benefit to this over buying like a 1 liter bottle of carbonated water, like a club soda, and basically taking the lid off and shaking it up and down, putting your finger over the lid and spraying it. I feel like you get about the same effect there. So if you want to spend extra for a fancy red can that sprays water, you can. It's nice to have around and on site if you need it, but I'm not terribly impressed as a fire extinguisher. Got a little bit of the water and stuff on my hand. It smells lemony. It smells like a lemon detergent is in there. And there's tiny little bubbles here and there, so it has something in it maybe to break up grease, but it's not like foaming as it comes out of the can.